it's Sasha here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use your Denneroll for your lumbar spine. So Denneroll is a corrective spinal orthotic device aimed at restoring the spinal curves. Now, before we get into the video, I'm going to need to clarify a few points. Firstly, there's a few different sizes. So I'm holding a large size, there's a medium, and there's also a pediatric or children's size, which is the yellow one. Now, your chiropractor is going to specify exactly what size you need dependent on your individual spine. Also, your chiropractor is going to specify exactly where you need to put the peak of the Denneroll, again dependent on your individual spine. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use it, a large one, and I'm going to place it in a position which is ideal for my spine. Now, why we need to restore the curves of our spine is because the curves of our spine act like a shock absorber. So let me show you what I mean. So this is an example of your spine. So this is a side view, this is a front view. So from the front, ideal structure is dead straight, and from the side, we see there's a few different curves. So we've got a lumbar lordosis and a thoracic kyphosis and a cervical lordosis. So you can see that they act like shock absorbers. So this is really important for everyday activities like walking, acts as a shock absorber, getting out of the car, jumping, playing sports. It's really important that we have nicely maintained curves because they act as a really good shock absorber. Now when these are straightened out, we lose a lot of those shock absorbing properties that the curves have. Now I just also want to highlight that the structure of your spine is really important because the function of your spine is somewhat dependent on the underlying structure. Aim of using our lumbar Denneroll is actually to restore our lumbar lordosis back to or as close as we can get to an ideal curve. Now when we lose the curves in our spine, especially our lumbar curve, it actually increases the incidence of us developing low back pain, also increases the incidence of developing degenerative change in our low back, so that's wear and tear. Also as we age, we lose those spring-like properties. When we lose the curves, then it also increases the compressive load through our spine, so that means it may increase our incidence of developing compression fractures. Also from what the research shows us, is that when we lose the curves in our spine, especially our low back, that actually decreases our overall quality of life. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up at home using one of the lumbar Denneroll devices. Now again, keeping in mind that your chiropractor is going to specify the exact size and the exact position that you're going to place the peak. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to set up with a large one, and I'm going to place the peak where it's specific for my spine. So firstly, what you're going to need is a yoga mat. Then place the Denneroll on the mat. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Just turn it around. And then take your time in setting it up. So keeping it straight, place the peak in the position that has been specified by your chiropractor. Start with the knees bent, and then take your time slowly arching back over the peak of the Denneroll. Now keep in mind, I want to start with the knees bent, so that's going to take a lot of pressure off the low back. In this position, you can see my bottom's just off the ground. It's okay for now, we don't want it too much higher off the ground, but eventually we want to work to, our spine as we increase the flexibility is going to eventually arch lower, and the bottom's going to eventually get to a point where it touches the ground. And with the arms, we want to keep them by our side, palms facing up. From here, we want to start with anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. So you need to find a time within that zone where you can tolerate and it's not too uncomfortable for you. So say for instance it might be 3 minutes. Every day from there on we want to add an extra minute. We want to aim to get to 15 minutes. When we get to 15 minutes, we want to do it every day, ideally, for 3 months. So that's going to really get some lasting change in the curve of our lumbar spine. Now as we start to tolerate it a little bit easier, what we can do is we can work to start to slowly straighten out our legs. So I might find that having my knees completely bent on day X is too easy now. So I'm going to straighten them out a little bit. I'm going to perform it with my knees bent like this for a couple of days. As I build tolerance to that, I'm going to keep working until my legs are completely flat on the ground. So that's the ideal position. So we really want to be there by that 15-minute mark. Now, to get up, what we need to do, if our legs are straight, we need to bend them And we need to just lift our hips up off the ground and take the Denneroll out. Now give yourself a few moments just to readjust on the floor. And again, because we're going from a lying position to a standing position, we don't want to get up too fast. So take your time getting up. Alright, so I'm just going to run through quickly one more time what you need to do. So we want to ideally get to 15 minutes. Start off with anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, anywhere that you can tolerate. Start off with your knees bent as well. As we progress that 15-minute mark, we want to slowly try to straighten our legs out until we get to a completely straight, or legs are completely flat on the floor. Now what we want to do, how long we want to do this for, well the research shows if we can do 3 months, so counting from when we hit that 15-minute mark. So when we hit that 15-minute mark, we want to count 3 months from there. So that's the ideal time frame to actually get some structural change in your lumbar lordosis. That's going to also, really importantly, be a lasting change. Now, if you have any questions with this, or if you just want to double check that you're doing it correctly, then check with your chiropractor and they'll be more than happy to help. Otherwise, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.